The red lights are on, and we go racing for the penultimate time here at Donington Park today. Decent start from the front row there, but it looks like it's going to be Aidan Hill trying to cover off Paul O'Neill. O'Neill will have to try and fight it around the outside, and I think John Langridge is going to try and fancy his chances, but look at that 3 wide going into a red gate. I think the 7 was offered a push, and he has been offered too much of a push, and that was Alex Miller going off into the gravel to more wide for Miller, and they power their way down in these little Miatas down towards Old Hairpin Corner. More carnage at the back there, but they're just keeping it nice and clean just about.
So it's the same as before, as it was in the previous race. Hills against O'Neill, as 1 or 2 cars work their way through from poor grid positions or from the pit lane, and out front at the moment it is number 8 Aidan Hills who holds sway, but only just over number 29 Paul O'Neill, as the two of them try and work their way to open up a gap straight away and then make them concentrate on the battle between themselves rather than being involved with anybody else. What that dusty moment, what effect that had on the progress of Alex Miller from the back of the grid, we'll get an idea of at the end of the lap as they come into the chicane then for the first time, the leaders through Robert's chicane, and Aidan Hills, Paul O'Neill, neat and tidy, the pair of them go through in the first 2 places. In 3rd place we have John Langridge then. In 4th place is Morris, number 17. 5th is Lee. 6th is Stepney. 7th is Chapman. And the one I was looking for, Miller, number 7, is down in 19th place after that moment. So quite a lot of ground to make up.
Seriously, there is a lot of work to do there for Alex Miller. He is going to be right at the back there, but I'm sure he'll be able to get those moves. I know that he's fast, I know that he can make up the time, but will be able to have fun when he goes up the grid, seeing those battles further down. But this is what we were all waiting for. Paul O'Neill's first attack on Aidan Hills. It doesn't come just yet. I just wonder if these guys are aware they're going to have to break that to 17 now, right up the gravel shaft. Will Morris trying to look around the outside of Langridge there, and it's going to be continuing here as Declan Lee tries to get his nose, and he's absolutely done it. Oh, there's somebody on there. Is that going to be the number? Is it the number 8? I think that's Hills. Yeah, he has gone off, and that's given Paul O'Neill an absolute gift of a bouquet of flowers. I'm sure you put the bow on top as well.
So this is a case of over the hills and far away goes Paul O'Neill as they come up to complete their 2nd lap. It is Paul O'Neill leading, John Langridge therefore now in 2nd place, Declan Lee number 1 in 3rd place, in 4th place number 17 Will Morris, in 5th place is 33, 5th is 33, that's Dylan Stepney, and the effect of all that on Aidan Hills as he's come through in 11th place. So looks like a simple error that on the part of Aidan Hills. Didn't put a wheel wrong in the earlier race, but now he's booked his cover early on. So Paul O'Neill, at the end of the lap, was leading his mate John Langridge by 0.766 of a second. Will it be a friendly battle for the lead? Or will they put the lights out and really have a serious go?
Well, it is going to come to a bit
safety car.
Hold there. There you go, the shout for the safety car here, because something has seemingly happened. Let's have a look. There is a car on the exit of the final chicane. That is a green, well, of course it's a green car, as you can see from our live pictures. I believe that is going to be number 2. Let me get you the...
Well, number 2 hasn't come through. And that's John Robinson. There
you go, John Robinson started 15th in the field, so again, no possible mid-pack incidents. But everyone now respecting the yellow flag which are being shown on our live feed. You see the flashing board there on the right side of your screen. So the safety car will back everyone up. So I was surprised we didn't get down to those 6 minutes, but the safety car has gone forward. There it is, the lights are off, and all the focus is now on one man and one man only, and is Mr. Paul O'Neill, the ITV commentator, presenter, whatever you want to call him, ex-touring car driver. Will we go racing once again? 6.5 minutes, Paul O'Neill to hang on, he's absolutely got an incredible start. Langridge is now going to be on the defensive of Declan Lee there, looking to the outside line, and that is going to help Paul O'Neill out drastically.
I think it's fair to say that Paul O'Neill has probably done more safety car restarts than any of the others behind him, so he certainly knew how to complete that one effectively. He was just over a second clear of John Langridge when he went over the line. Fully entitled to be there, nothing wrong with that. Declan Lee in third place. Of course, in fourth place, number 17, Will Morris. And the car's now streaming through, well, the midfield streaming through the old heaven, kicking up the dust, but although one car got into the gravel, kicked up the dust, that's back on the track, so no damage done there. But Paul O'Neill really getting the hammer down and pulling away, and by the end of this next lap, I think we'll see for certain that he is going to end up as the winner of this second Miata Trophy race of the day, with the mistake of Aidan Hills. See whether he can get further up from 10th, which is where he is at the moment after that mistake while leading at Poppis. So down into the Roberts chicane comes Paul O'Neill to complete the 6th lap. We have 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes on the clock. There's no way that Aidan Hills is going to get back on terms with the leader, even with another safety car. John Langridge is second, Declan Lee is third, Will Morris is fourth. In 5th place, upper place, comes number 19, David Chapman. Behind David Chapman, we've got number 88 also upper place, and that is Rowan Lundy. Behind Lundy, we've got in 7th place, so he's gained 3 places actually, Aidan Hills on that lap. So Aidan Hills from 10th to 7th. With the prospect of gaining more places on the next lap, but I can't even see him. He might just make it to the top 3, but I don't think it's enough time. It's 4.5 minutes. There's number 19 running wide into the gravel at the old hairpin. That being David Chapman. David Chapman in 5th place. I don't know what's left in the place as a result of that.
Yeah, I think Aidan Hill was trying to go up the inside of David Chapman. So unfortunately for Chapman, got pushed out there.
Oh, did he? Basically.
I think there was a tiny tag with it, but I think Aidan Hill will get away with that. So it does look like now he's going to be moving up the places here, but only maybe a 4th place will be possible here. They head their way through once again, and that number 8 is still continuing to be pushing. Next time it's going to be stopped, I think, in the back of the P6, so we continue to push.
Declan Lee now has the fastest lap of the race at 1:22.106, but just as an interesting comparison, Paul O'Neill, fastest lap of the race, 1:22.622 when he was done. His next lap at 1:22.628, just 6,000ths of a second slower, so that's consistency for you. Paul will no doubt say he's extracting the absolute maximum from the car, and he's doing a great job about it. 3 minutes and a quarter on the clock, and behind him, Langridge, Lee, Morris, Lundy, Scott, Hills, Fletcher, Chapman and Atkins complete the top 10. And the progress being made by Alex Miller, number 7, has only brought him so far up to 12th place. We've got number 1, Declan Lee, in the middle of a battle with number 17, Will Morris. But they're fighting amongst themselves, not giving themselves any chance of catching the fast disappearing into the distance, Paul O'Neill. When he comes through this time, he'll be starting his penultimate lap, 2.5 minutes on the clock. Out of the chicane he comes. His lead at the start of the lap was 1.3 seconds. It's going to be rather more than that this time, I think. Through they go, 1.3, as the gap becomes 3.3, so 2 seconds opened up in that battle. Paul O'Neill pulling away from the battle of 3.36 seconds is the gap to Declan Lee, with Will Morris in 3rd place, and John Langridge has dropped down to 4th.
Yeah, big battles there, and had a moment where Declan Lee, I think he's just managed to survive that attack from Will Morris, but it looks like Aidan Hills is really getting in the wars. You can see the pictures there, we're getting pretty close. I think that's going to be Will Morris slipping it up the inside there. Declan Lee, the number 1, is now going to retaliate, and John Langridge is also trying to get involved. He's poking his nose up the inside of the number 1. He's going to try the outside, head towards up towards Schwartz Curve and in towards the right-hander there of McLean's. Is it going to be Lee? Is it going to be the number 17 of Morris? So it looks like it's going to be Lee this time around, keeping that second place, and Declan Lee will definitely deserve it if he does keep that second place. He has come from 6th place on the grid. So it's O'Neill from Lee, from Morris from Langridge, with Lundy in P5, has had a decent rating so far. In fact, he came from 8th place, so he's gained up 3 places. And then it's going to be Hill from Stockton, Fletcher from Chapman from Aiken, last in the round. I'm sure that will update over the time in line, because there's been so many changes over the course of this lap.
Lead on to his last lap then, Paul O'Neill in front, and behind him the order was 17 Will Morris, 1 Declan Lee, and then number 5 John Langridge. But that order, as Adam was intimating, isn't going to stay like that right the way through to the end of the lap. It may end up the same, but it won't be the same all the way through the lap, I don't suppose. But Paul O'Neill is running away with the race now, like taking candy from kids, this Paul. So through the old hairpin he goes, and then this three-way tussle for the honour of joining Paul on the podium. And at the moment it is headed by number 17 Bill Morris, Declan Lee, last year's champion in car number 1, and are they being caught by the next group of cars? It may not matter even if they are, but certainly Will Morris in second place now, number 17, seems to be rising open a gap to the following car, which is the green number 1 car, Declan Lee. So up towards Coppice they go for the final time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Ryan Lumby, got a massive moment there out of one of the previous corners, but he's keeping his P6 at this moment in time. But here's the man of the moment, Paul O'Neill. He finished second, just about. Couldn't catch Aidan Hills, but it is time to shine here. He crosses the timing line, and he'll take victory here at Donington. He'll be absolutely ecstatic, but across the line, it will now be Will Morris from Declan Lee, who finishes in second and third. Brilliant racing from them, and John Langridge will finish high from 4th. Aidan Hill with a good fight back from 10th, all the way up to 5th. And Ronan Landy, who started in 8th, he managed to put in a 6th place finish, but what about that?
That was a great race. Good driving. Shame for Aidan Hills to recover to 5th place was good going, but he shouldn't have been there in the first place. He should have been still out front.